Imagine, if you will, a place caught between realities. A crossroads not only of history but of design, geometry, and an energy that defies explanation. Now picture a world where the unlikely connections between past and present thread through everything we know and everything we fear. Could Donald Trump truly be America's last president? Or is this notion the key to something far stranger? In 1896, Ingersoll Lockwood published The Last President, a tale of turmoil in New York City, of protests, division, and an outsider who ascends in a moment of national crisis. And in a twist of fate, here we stand generations later as his tale bleeds eerily into our reality. But what if Trump is not the end of the story? What if the real mystery lies in who or what comes next? Cue the music, if you will. Northern New York, where Area 47 has quietly emerged at Fort Drum, shrouded in secrecy. Officially, it's a spaceport project. But dig deeper, and whispers begin to rise that beneath the guise of minerals and spacecraft lies a secret older than America itself, an entity known locally as the Watertown Vortex. Rumors speak of energy fields, magnetic anomalies, and time loops, and at the heart of this mystery, a young man named Barron Trump, who some claim is no ordinary son of a former president, but a traveler, a visitor from a timeline America hasn't yet reached. Barron's involvement doesn't end with the Trump family name. His connection runs through the very soil of New York, linking him to the designer of Manhattan's Central Park and Watertown's own Thompson Park, the famous landscape architect Frederick Law Olmsted. Both parks share peculiar traits: perfect symmetry, unexplained energies, and geometry that some believe form a gateway, a map to the unknown. Central Park, a vast urban oasis in a bustling city, and Thompson Park, a seemingly innocuous stretch of greenery with a curious reputation. Locals speak of disappearing time, wandering lights, and strange sightings around Thompson's stone structures, particularly in the dead of winter. Some speculate that Olmsted, known for his meticulous, almost mystical designs, infused these spaces with something more: an intention, a code, an open portal. Perhaps Olmsted was a visionary not merely of parks but of worlds, creating sanctuaries on Earth for forces beyond our comprehension. And now Barron Trump, guided by what some call a family legacy, has returned to study them, in a role he's destined to fulfill. As for the math, in this equation it's not as random as it seems. The odds of an outsider candidate rising to power: just 11%. Economic turmoil post-election: 25%. Major protests in New York tied to political shifts once a decade. Altogether, the probability of all three aligning hovers around 1 in 3,600, or a 0.028% chance. It's unlikely, but then again, unlikely is where the Twilight Zone thrives. It's where timelines cross, where whispers become fact, and where history bleeds into mystery. And while we're caught in this tangled web, let's not ignore The Simpsons, that accidental prophet of modern times, which has predicted events from Trump's presidency to technological leaps. Out of over 700 episodes, it's achieved a startling 10% prediction accuracy. In the Twilight Zone, 10% is hardly random, it's the hum of destiny itself. So, is this America's future? Is Barron Trump not only Donald Trump's son, but a child of fate destined to walk through Olmsted's corridors of time to fulfill a story already written? And as we lean closer to the mystery of Area 47, Fort Drum, and the Watertown Vortex, we might begin to ask ourselves a deeper question. Are we witnessing history unfold in real time, or merely circling the edges of the Twilight Zone, caught in a loop that was laid out long before we ever arrived?
Line, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello, Art.
Yes.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Oh man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
So you can't spend a lot of time on the phone. So give us something quick.
Okay. Okay. What we're thinking of as aliens, Art, they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, I'm sorry, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharge.
I started